In the early 1960s, American automakers Ford, Chrysler, and General Motors were locked in a fierce competition to dominate drag racing, known as the War for Drag Strip Supremacy. Each manufacturer was eager to create the ultimate superstock drag car, a quest that would yield some of the most iconic and powerful vehicles of the time. Ford emerged victorious in this intense rivalry, thanks in part to their groundbreaking creation, the 1964 Ford Fairlane Thunderbolt. This car became a symbol of speed and performance, revolutionizing the drag racing world and leaving an indelible mark on American automotive history. The battle for dominance. In the early 1960s, drag racing was one of the most popular forms of motorsport in the United States, and automakers saw it as the perfect platform to showcase their engineering prowess. Chevrolet introduced its powerful 427 cubic inch Z11 Impala, and Chrysler countered with the formidable 426 Max Wedge engine in models like the Plymouth Savoy. Each manufacturer aimed to create a faster, more powerful car that could dominate the quarter-mile drag strip, and for a while, Ford struggled to keep up with their competitors. However, Ford eventually turned the tide with the introduction of the 1964 Thunderbolt. Before we delve into the specifics of the Thunderbolt, it's essential to understand the automotive landscape of the early 1960s. This period preceded the debut of iconic pony cars like the Ford Mustang, Chevrolet Camaro, and Dodge Challenger. These smaller, sportier models would later come to define American performance vehicles, but during the Thunderbolt's era, automakers were still competing with full-sized cars. Ford's initial response. In 1961, Ford released the Galaxy, a full-sized car equipped with a modified 390 cubic inch V8 engine. Although this engine was powerful, it fell short when General Motors and Chrysler introduced larger engines with over 400 cubic inches. In response, Ford introduced a 406 cubic inch engine variant in 1962, which delivered over 400 horsepower and improved performance on the drag strip. However, Ford needed more to achieve dominance. By 1963, Ford upped the ante with the introduction of the 427 cubic inch engine, which replaced the 406. This engine would serve as the foundation for the legendary 1964 Thunderbolt. The genesis of the Thunderbolt. The 1963 Galaxy lightweight model featured the 427 engine and showed promise on the drag strip, but it struggled with weight issues. Despite aggressive weight reduction measures, the lightest versions of the Galaxy weighed just over 3,400 pounds, while the minimum weight limit for the class was set at 3,200 pounds. The Galaxy's excess weight limited its racing potential, leading Ford to search for a new platform that could better utilize the powerful 427 engine. Enter the Ford Fairlane. As a mid-sized vehicle, the Fairlane offered a significant weight advantage over the Galaxy, weighing around 3,000 pounds when stripped down. This made it an ideal candidate for Ford's new drag racing contender. However, to race the Fairlane in sanctioned NHRA, National Hot Rod Association events, Ford needed to produce at least 100 street-legal versions of the car to meet homologation rules. This requirement posed a challenge because the Fairlane was only available with a 289 cubic inch small block engine, which was far smaller than the 427 cubic inch engine Ford intended to use. Engineering marvel, modifications for power. Fitting the 427 engine into the Fairlane required numerous modifications. The battery was relocated to the trunk, shock towers were notched, and custom tubular headers were fabricated to allow the massive engine to fit within the Fairlane's compact engine bay. The Thunderbolt's 427 engine, known for its rumored horsepower figures that exceeded official ratings, was a powerhouse. While officially rated at 425 horsepower, many enthusiasts believe the Thunderbolt's true output was closer to 500 horsepower, with some estimates reaching as high as 600. The engine itself, was a marvel of engineering. It featured a high 12.7-to-1 compression ratio, high-flow cylinder heads, and a performance camshaft. Air was fed through two 4-barrel carburetors and a functional ram air intake system, which drew cool air directly from the front of the car, enhancing the engine's performance on the drag strip. A drivetrain built for speed. The Thunderbolt's drivetrain was designed to complement the powerful 427 engine. Buyers could choose between a 4-speed manual transmission or a 4-speed automatic. For those opting for the manual, a set of 4.57 rear gears was available, which provided optimal power delivery for drag racing. The Thunderbolt wasn't just a powerful car, it was a purpose-built machine with every component carefully selected and optimized for speed. Weight reduction for performance. Weight reduction was critical to the Thunderbolt's success. Ford removed the standard Fairlane seats and replaced them with basic flat seats from a Ford Econoline van. Every non-essential component was stripped away, including the radio, sound-deadening materials, sun visors, and even the passenger side windshield wiper. Each ounce saved contributed to the car's improved speed, allowing the Thunderbolt to achieve impressive performance on the drag strip. The Thunderbolt's exterior also reflected its purpose as a drag racer. Ford used lightweight fiberglass for the fenders, doors, and the iconic teardrop hood. Initially, fiberglass bumpers were used, but NHRA regulations prohibited them, leading Ford to switch to aluminum versions. This attention to detail in weight reduction ensured that the Thunderbolt was not only powerful, but also lightweight and agile. Production process and homologation. Ford's production process for the Thunderbolt was efficient and strategic. They based the Thunderbolts on Fairlanes initially equipped with the 289 engine, which already featured the robust Ford 9-inch rear end, ideal for handling the demands of drag racing. Ford produced the 100 required units, with half featuring the 4-speed manual transmission and the other half equipped with the automatic. The first 11 Thunderbolts rolled off the assembly line in a striking burgundy color, while the remaining vehicles were finished in Wimbledon white, the same shade used on the iconic Shelby GT 350. This combination of aesthetics and performance modifications made the Thunderbolt more than just another factory car. It was a formidable machine engineered for victory on the drag strip. Dominance on the drag strip. The Thunderbolt's performance on the drag strip was nothing short of remarkable. Capable of completing the quarter-mile in the low 11-second range, it became a dominant force in the world of drag racing. One standout time was recorded at an impressive 11.08 seconds at 128 miles per hour. In 1964, driver Gas Ronda famously won the NHRA Top Stock crown behind the wheel of a Thunderbolt, cementing its legacy as one of the most formidable drag racers of the era. The Thunderbolt's success was a testament to Ford's engineering prowess and its commitment to building a car that could compete with the best in the industry. However, the landscape of drag racing was rapidly evolving, and by 1965, the focus had shifted to smaller, more compact cars. The rise of the pony car class, with models like the Mustang, Camaro, and Barracuda, marked the end of the era for full-sized drag racing cars. As a result, the Thunderbolt's production run was limited to just 1 year, making it an incredibly rare and sought-after vehicle among collectors and enthusiasts today. A legacy that endures. The 1964 Ford Fairlane Thunderbolt remains a pinnacle of American automotive history. For Ford enthusiasts and drag racing fans alike, it symbolizes a time when competition was fierce, innovation was paramount, and performance was everything. Original factory numbers matching Thunderbolts are incredibly valuable, often commanding prices in the six-figure range at auctions. For collectors, owning a Thunderbolt is not just about having a car. It's about possessing a piece of rare motorsport history, a reminder of a bygone era when raw power and ingenuity reigned supreme. Today, the Thunderbolt stands as a testament to Ford's commitment to performance and innovation. Its unique combination of engineering excellence and drag racing pedigree has solidified its place in automotive legend, making it a timeless symbol of speed and power. Encountering a Thunderbolt today is like witnessing a piece of history, a reminder of an era when the roar of powerful engines and the smell of burning rubber defined American motorsport. Thank you for joining us on this journey through the history of the 1964 Ford Fairlane Thunderbolt, a true legend in drag racing history. If you're lucky enough to see one in person, take a moment to appreciate the engineering and passion that went into creating this extraordinary vehicle. A car that defined an era and left an enduring legacy in the world of automotive performance.